10. Yeah, 10 comes from 32, I think. So this would be the result of a reset. Yeah, of course, 3 times 10 plus 2, 32. That would be a reset of the set index binding slot. Yeah. Yes, of course. No, 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 no. Not of course. Yeah. Next was never called yet. So I do need, after the reset, I need an initialization. Which wasn't possible. Binding returns a set index. Not really. I don't know. Hallo Lekkie. What the hell? Use set index binding slots. Wait, this is... It is a bit subtype, so that should be int32 type. Cannot assign an uint32 type to m current slot. I'm from the Netherlands. Not really getting this, but let's try that. No viable operator overload equals candidate function not viable. This argument const oh right. No, that's no longer constant. No mention constructor voor initialization of standard pair. Set index, binding. Why? Candidate constructor not viable. No known conversion from bitset index to binding for second argument. Oh yeah, that again. Use of undeclared identifier get set index. No, I just have to make it const. Print all must be const. That's kind of funny. So the get set index must be const. And then I guess that these must be mutable, or what the fuck? Basically, it's only being used here, which is debug printing. Not very important. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. Can't do this here. I little. It's a mess. And now it's printing even set index. Currently I have that if next returns false, so we can reset. But that's too early. How can I change that? Damn it. I post. Yeah, it was okay. I'm having this problem. Here it prints 10 because it set this whatever we have divided by 3, and this is whatever we have modulo 3. So what we have is 32. 32 divided by 3 is 10, and modulo 3 it's 2. And the 32 comes from looking for the least significant bit index while there are no bits. In other words, the thing is all zeros. I look for a bit index and then we get this. So you can say the reset was wrong. It should reset with this value. But the whole problem is that the reset happens too early. Thanks for the kuddelklomp. The platonic kuddelklomp. I watched a movie also, which I then finished watching. Movie Something's Wrong with the Children. Don't know if you saw it. We are the aliens? What do you mean? You mean without apostrophe? Were they aliens? Well, yeah. The children were replaced with something scary. I get a late initialization just before I read out the value is the right thing to do. But that means then that reading out that value is no longer const. Well, to hell with it. Let's make it all mutable. So I'm having that thing. Now this is an accessor, isn't it? I'll just throw away this one, I think. I can make it a static. After all, yeah. So this is kind of the, yeah, I don't know, man. Make it static. And then we pass the value that we get from here. Which then is already initialized, so I can okay, we have a bit, the slot as a bit, get the least significant bit index, and then make that a pair. Translate it back to set index and binding. And then we have to pass to that the result of get bit set, right? So yeah, pass the result of bit set to this function. Well, then get bit set would not be mutable. Wait, that is there. I made them mutable. So this can be constant. So it has to be. God, no. 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 I don't know where my phone is, so I cannot pick up. Yeah, now we start at 0, 0, and then we get 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, and done. Let's try declarations, multiple declarations. Declarations as also a shader module. So might as well just put an S here. That's a lot of power deep output. Zip. All right, so we have go from one declaration to 4 declarations, and each declaration runs over 3 to the power 2 possibilities times 4. What did I say? Yeah, it's 3 times 3 times 4 per declaration. Oh, I saw that before. That was 1.7 million. $1.7 million, and then that's for one. No, that is for all declarations. Yeah, so 0 declaration, 1 declaration, 2, 3, or 4 declarations. So the number of notices should be equal to that. Yay, that works. Right, but now each shader resource must be different, but we have 4 of those, so even though they are not different at the moment, these are three times the same one. It's actually a good question. Why I don't have more? Shouldn't this thing here just rotate over all 4 possibilities? AKA this combination of index binding should have 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 output. 256. Larger than this. That's kind of strange. Very strange. should totally run over a number of shader resources values. Which happens before. Maybe it changes the... Okay, I think it changes this one first. But then still I don't get it. I don't get why it is not much more than this number. Yeah, okay, that was stupid. It is just 3 times 3 times 4. So they do run over all the values. Uncorrelated. Okay, so now we should end with yeah. Okay, I get it. Now, what shall we do next? Because I just added some code, but still the same output, right? This number we saw even yesterday. And I want to reduce this number. I want to reduce it by demanding that each slot can only be used once within a certain declaration. Sorry, within a shader module. Each declaration is owned by a shader module, so you see it's the same pointer. So what I should be able to do is tell the shader module that I'm using this as soon as I'm using it. A Vulkan engine is a game engine, say, based on Vulkan. Yeah, why? Yeah, well, so it won't be that easy. Look, the problem is I should get rid of the of this because it's just getting in the way, you know, right? I mean, I want to think about this. It's easier to think about it without this. So I'm gonna remove that. Declaration. Let the declaration no longer have that. Oh no, I have to change it in so many places. Maybe before I do that, I have to commit what I have now. Do I need that? I'm not sure. Maybe don't even need that anymore. Let's try removing it. Apparently I need it. Oh yeah, right, at that moment. Yeah, 2 years. No matching constructor or initialization of standard pair. And then I get a value anyway. Maybe I should just make a pair of binding index anyway. So I don't have to construct binding. That seems to be make way more sense, right? So I have a bit set index, and the set index is a bit set index. And binding index is also a bit set index. And index percentage bind this both indexes. So just compile. Except that now where I call this, I do no longer have to call get value. It also makes it better. So yeah, we don't need this, and I think that the same thing holds for setIndex.h. Clean up. Git add -p. Yes. 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 No. I have a duplicate of these lines. Duplicated them somewhere else. I don't like that. But let's not fuss over that, so just commit everything. Yes. Yes, available slots. Well. Semi. I'll say yes. But. So only the fix me is left. And then I can try, well, temporarily remove something from declaration. This. Too bad I still have to change print on. It's a lot of work, that print on. Oh. No matching constructor or initialization of generated standard tuples. Set index binding slot, blah, 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 blah. Still a shader resource in here. Why? There, much cleaner. So what I don't like here is that we have, let's go up a bit. Yeah, we have 3 times the same thing. I don't want that. So what should happen is that at the moment that the outer loop, because they are changed. So you see here you have 1.2 and then the next, this is one line, okay. So the next output is exactly the same, but the 1.2 is changed into 2.0. So this is the inner loop. The first line is the inner loop. The outer loop is therefore this. So 2.2 is being used, therefore 2.2 may not be used by any of the inner loops. So 2.0 is used, therefore 2.0 may not be used by inner loops. So this is wrong. This should never have been 2.0. Now we can go up to see where that happened. That happened here. Here it is 1.2 and then it became 2.0. So, and this is also wrong. 2.2 should not have happened. It's more difficult, I guess. Okay, well, this is a legal one. All 4 are different. Now, at the moment I call, so we have printed this, it was all okay, and now I call next on the inner loop. And that's going to say there is no more possibility, because you are at 2.1 and 2.2 must be skipped. Therefore, this one is reset immediately, I think. Resetting it means that it is set to 0, 0 in this case, because 0, 0 was not used yet. But that's just a dereference of the internal bit set iterator, and the bit set iterator is actually just a bit set with all the bits set that are allowed. So what it does is it sets 6 bits, all the bits except these. So this thing is at the end, we call next on it, it gets reset. If it would get reset at this point in this state, it would store a bit set with 6 bits set, namely all the possibilities except 1.2, 2.0 and 2.2. But we also call then next, so this one is reset now, we call next on 1.2. And 1.2 then goes to 2.0. But no, well, it doesn't, because that was also disallowed. So it goes to 2.1. So this is now set to 2.1. So this is a 1. And then we succeeded. So now we are done. But the initialization of this thing is wrong now, because it was initialized disallowing 1.2, which in the meantime changed to 2.1, 2.0. Yeah, no, 2.1, sorry. So what I really wanted is to first change this thing to 2.1 and only then call reset on this inner loop. So what we want to do is we call next on this one. that fails, then we must call next on this one. That succeeds, and then we must call reset on this one. And we can do that because we control everything from the fact that this is all inside a class called declarations. But it's definitely not how it works, and basically it's just wrong design for the way I do it. So now we're looking at the code. Call next. Declarations. S. Yeah, see, that's problematic. I call generated next, where generated is a standard tuple of a standard vector. So everything happens in generated. It doesn't even know about declarations. Only when we get to the end, so the whole vector is filled with 2.2, then this function of the declarations increases the size, if that is still allowed. So we begin with the vector of size 0, and then size 1, size 2, size 3, size 4. And every time the whole vector is generated by generated, not by declarations. But, okay, generated next is being called, and when that returns true, then all our next and resets must have been called and are already done. So let's have a look at generated anyway, and that is then the generated for a vector. Might as well do it for all vectors, I think. So maybe you can solve it inside generated itself. So here's generated, and here's next. We call next on generated, it calls another member function, next underscore, which is a template, and that passes as a template parameter is the size of the number of arguments, -1. Where args is a bunch of arguments. So it's only for one specific value of this template parameter here that we have to do with the vector. It doesn't even matter that we are not maybe not at a vector for this argument. So let's look at next underscore. So I here stands for the argument, and then one of the arguments so there's a reset next. So we call next with let's say an I such that the ith member is a vector. So then we get that this returns true. So members is a tuple of all the members, and then the ith member is a vector. So the declaration type of that is some vector. If you pass that to is container, it turns true, and we get this code. So now this is our vector. Container is our vector, and then we do it is begin and is end of the container. And then we simply call, while it is unequal end, I call next on iterator. So we begin with calling next on the first element, indeed. If that succeeds, then next is going to return true. So the while is false, and we skip this, and we're just simply done. And then, well, if unless iterator is unequal end, then we exit it because of this, and not because of the calling next succeeded. So this call to next is now the next on the first declaration. And we said that failed, right? Because that was 2.1, I think, and 2.2 had to be skipped, so it's just failing. So it returns false, then we get here. And now you see I call reset, but that's not what I want. I want to call reset later. So we should not do this here. I increment iterator, so now we go to the next declaration, and then we call next on that. Which then succeeds, even though it skipped something. And then I want to call reset. On the inner loop in a certain order. So what I want to do is we have incremented iterator. That then succeeds. Then we must decrement iterator again. Even this, so even if iterator equals end, so none of the next did succeed, we do want to reset all of them. Is that correct? It's not really, actually. Or is it? Yeah, I think it is correct. I think that will work, because the whole vector is going to be cleared, so it doesn't really matter what we do. So I'm going to change this code such that if none of the next succeeds, we don't call any reset at all. So this becomes that, and now we want to call reset. I'm first going to do this because I'm going to reuse iterator. And then we do while, well no, do. I first must decrement it, which is not even possible if we're still at it. Because it is set to begin, and then next succeeds. Then it is still begin. Then we should not do anything. Really? Yeah. So while iterator is unequal container begin, decrement iterator, and then call reset. So now we call next, let's say it fails, we call next on the next on the next on, until the one that is succeeding. And then we go backwards, and then we call reset. And now we call reset at the moment that all the other higher elements of the vector are already initialized. And then we can initialize the current element as well. So now reset may indeed initialize the element, which is better than what I had, because it just didn't work. However, now I have to go back and change that again. So what I now did is Yeah, this is just existing of a set index binding slot. So what I did here now is reset is not initializing it. It's just setting it to some nonsense value. And that's not really working for me. I have to go back to just really initializing it right there. To the first value. Let's just at least let's begin with putting everything in the .cpp file. I already have these 3 in it. I don't think this one needs to be there. That's just a static function. Okay, we can keep that here. Right, all, and then we have vi, and I can copy the name here. And then edit that, and again, and then the CP file, and then make reset like that, and delete all of this, and then go to the file, and then put it wherever. There. This comment is nonsense. I don't want to do late initialization anymore. I want to do an immediate initialization in reset. Then this is just simply an accessor, so I can move that back to the header, I guess. And also this is no longer necessary. That is, next is just next. So this is not necessary because it's already done. I think that should work. Yeah, so now the inner loop, the top one, goes from 0, 0, 0 to 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, and then it goes to 0, 0, and the next one is incremented. So everything still works. We just end with all 2, 2, 2, 2, 2s, and we start with probably it's called off. But it cannot be any different than that it worked. So now I want to add a code that we are actually skipping the previous values in the inner loop. So every time I have a declaration initialized, I want to tell the shader module that we're now using a different bit. Can I do that in declaration? No, this is on inside the set index binding slot, I guess, still. Set index binding slot. .cpp. So reset is an initialization, and well, the whole initialization is every time we set this thing. So So that is in reset, in next, and in randomize. Yeah, randomize as well, yeah. I still have to fix randomize, but we will do that afterwards. So these two are the initializations. And now as soon as I have initialized it, I should tell the owner, and that is why it's good that it's still here in the .cpp file. Can only access the owner from the CPP file. So let's say here I call owner, and I say slot is used. And I just pass the slot as a bit. If no bit is set and I call slot is used with no bit set, that should work as well. But it doesn't, I don't know. It could go wrong because the name of the, I don't know. Yeah, maybe, okay, maybe I'll not want, okay, maybe I don't want to have that branch there. Let's redo this, because then I have to use the plural, you know. This is just a single slot. But if I'm also going to use it with no slot set, then I might as well make it work for any number of slots. So let's say I have here mark used slots. Or just mark used, was it highlighted? Yeah, mark used. That should work. Yeah, she keeps calling me, right? I'm not gonna pick up while streaming. Yeah. Okay. So I can do this now, even if m slot bit is empty. While I'm at it, well, this is a bit vague. It's not the first time you call reset. Is definitely not the case, right? Could be any value. No, let's do that here. So mark unused the current slot. Then we advance it. Well, let's shoot it like this. Why not? I should rename current slot, I think, to a slot iterator or something like that. Now, is this going correctly? So the first time we are not using anything. Reset is always called first. We get our value and we mark it as used. And then if I call next, I always call next after that. Yeah, I mark it as unused. And now we mark the next one as used unless we return false. Well, we also call it, but then we call it with all zeros. So it looks to me that it should work perfectly. I just have to implement mark used and mark unused, which are then called with a and immutable is no longer needed. I don't think it's needed. Or is it? No, it's not. They're now updated in reset and next, no longer in get bitset. Pretty sure that this is just staying the way it is as in an accessor. Much better, I think. Much better. So yeah, that is bitset. Is bitset type is another bitset type is a bitset. Okay, so and the mark used already exists and takes also a bitset. Very good. And the plural slots. And then we set we order the slots. Yeah, we can order slots, but I have a better function for that. Bitset. So you can do OR, which is then simply doing an OR with a bit mask itself. But why not use set? Set is doing the same thing. Set with the bitset is just exactly the same thing. And I have also a reset. And I guess that is better readable. Reset and set. And I think I'm already using this, right? Yep. Let's rename mCurrent slot to something that's more clear in iterator. I have the habit of never abbreviating something, except except certain exceptions. And I have to admit that I'm using iter, well, kind of always for an iterator. If I want to put iter in it, I'm calling it iter. Because iterator is usually a type. So now you can see from the name that clearly that it is an iterator and not a type. I could probably also see that from the M, because I never put M underscore in front of types, but yeah, still. Hence abbreviation here. It's kind of the exception to the rule. The reason never to use abbreviations is so you can grab for things. An iter in itself is not an English word. These 4 characters by itself, you will only see them when they are meaning iterator, plus I remember it. If I have to search my whole source code for all iterators, I would search for iter, because I know that I use iter all the time. And I would not accidentally search for iterator and then miss all the iters. But yeah, it works if it's a habit. You know, maybe in a team it's not a good idea anymore, because then everyone needs to have the exact same habit. So I renamed this thing now to that, and then we have to do the other one. CPP, substitute slot, no, current slot, available slot iter. So you see that the initialization now happens in reset, which is now called late, and therefore we get a correct value for use set index binding slots. And those then are all the available slots. You really wonder why this is there, but like I said, it's just a test application, not a real library. So I'm trying not to put too much time into cleaning up. Out of line declaration of a member must be a definition. What's this left over? No member name mark used in shader module. Now, where did I have my mark used? Set index binding slots. Okay. Yeah, this is a bad naming again. Set index binding slots. Set index binding slots. this whole thing shouldn't even be used. Let me copy these member functions to where they belong. Shader module.h. I'm just gonna call it set, I guess. Why not? Set and reset. It's a bit lame, but or I could get an accessor, write an accessor here in between that gets the bits underlying bit set. But that's hardly object oriented anymore. Can't say I'm happy with it. I'm not. Unknown type name bit set type. Oh yeah. Nobody knows what that is. I mean, not here. This is shader module. I mean, I know what it is, but can I get it from somewhere? We have the set index binding slots. Okay, that has it defined. I can get it from there. Bit set type. Yeah, well, not even going to make it a new type div in this class. Just use it like that. This argument to a member function mark use as type const, but function is not marked const. Yep. It is not const. It is totally not const. What is this in set index binding slot? This is not const. Now we're gonna have troubles. I mean that this one is not const. Which means this one is not const. Probably this one also not. Oh wait, there's no other. Got the feeling that this one is still const, isn't it? Is it even used? I mean, is it even used? Owner. Well, I don't care. Let's try it. Compile. No matching function for call to cannot construct it. Channel model. Custody here. Specialization. No matching construct for initialization of declaration. Okay, did I just change declaration? I think so. This is the only file that I wrote. Let's have a look there. M-owner. Okay, so I guess that M-owner must be non-constant. Also here. oops, do top owner set there, so this cannot be const. No, it got shorter, but okay, no declaration at all. That looks good. One declaration, 0, 0, one declaration, 0, 1 to the end, and now we go all the way wrong. And it stays wrong. Yeah, I guess I'm going to stop here because it has gotten too late. And I'll just continue tomorrow. Let me lose my face again on with chess, one game. Before I go. It's actually not a bad move, this. I mean, it goes back here in order to play c3 and then go back there. Now this bishop is defending that pawn, so that this pawn doesn't have to. So this pawn now can go directly to this square. That's why I developed my pawn here and put the bishop there to have pressure here. However, that doesn't help because it's defended 1, 2, 3 times. At the very least, my knight should have attacked it as well. So he decided to go to d3 when I put my knight there instead of there. So that's deep. Yeah, the threats to put a knight here, attack my pinned knight. At that point I could still push this pawn, but probably do not have the best of position here. This knight is really placed badly, really pretty damn badly. I gotta put it here, I think. Oh, that gave away pawn. Why am I doing that every time? Now, even if I take here, so suppose he takes my pawn and I take this pawn. Then he could still take that or that pawn. However, then I can take his knight, even though he is attacking my rooks, eh? And then he takes my rook, I take a rook. I have to exchange the queens, because if I do this before... Oh, he did not take my pawn. Let's defend it. I can go here. Why not? Oh, then the thing is pinned again. I could exchange queens and then go away, maybe. So now I can go away with this knight, and then that one is defended twice. I'm going to kick this bishop because it annoys me like hell anyway. You could put the bishop back. No, it doesn't. Well, let's develop this bishop, right? Before anything goes wrong. Got to develop. Yeah, that's a nice place for that bishop. I have to agree. Maybe I should play this. Kick it out again. And the most annoying thing of this bishop is that I cannot put the rook on d8. Because the bishop is looking at it. He's doing a lot of moves. A lot of kind of strange move-ish. Okay, this knight comes here and then maybe there. No, I'm just gonna go here. Why not? Yeah. Totally right. Is he threatening something? I can go here. No, I just take it and then I have to go away again. That's true. If he goes there, he threatens to take my bishop and my rook, so I have to move my rook and then I have a double pawn here. That's not nice. I could go here to stop that. It's a bit scary though. Because yeah, see the check here, the fork on my rook. Only this knight is stopping it. But I think he cannot chase my knight away. He cannot even take here, for example. I would just take like that. Oh, I have two knights on it, even. Yeah. And then you have the bloody bishop there again. Again. Let's run towards the center. I'm getting very short on time. I can give just check and then where do I go? Might as well go here immediately, I guess. Oh, the knight goes. Is that correct? I can now go here. Not even thinking about it. I have to move much faster. So he's going to move the king, and then don't have much. Then still don't have much. I can go up now anyway. We should move this pawn immediately. Yeah. Oh, that was another pawn. Oh, even worse, equality. I hate this. Yeah, I was low on time anyway. That's why it happened, I guess. Yeah, got nothing left, do we? Nothing real, nothing really. Not really something. Maybe I can stop, if I can stop the rook from coming in, then I still have a chance, maybe, but... I don't know what to do. Interesting. Oh, he's going to go there. Yeah, and did not pay attention. Could admit that, I guess. He did not pay attention at all. I'm pretty much dead, right? I'm just dead. Put the rook back. Yep. Nothing good is going to come from this. So just resign. I think I should resign, especially now. Yeah. Probably better to first have moved the king here. Can I still stop that pawn? I don't think so. But if I can, it's probably involving going the knight over there. Yeah, you could have given check. I would have instantly resigned. Oh, he still has another pawn left. Oh, bad. Oh, baby. Yeah. Okay, now I'm dead. He can even win this pawn. Also, that he does not do. Strange, but true. Got a rook. Got a rook. He gets a queen. Ah, that's so lame. That is so lame. Why is this guy thinking so long? Buzz Bunny, I lost again. Yeah, I'm going stop the stream. Soon I will not be playing chess anymore at the end of my stream because I only lose. Okay, there was a 2100, but do you want to challenge me, Buzz Bunny? Yeah, sure, you can challenge me. I'll play a game against you. Yeah. At least I'll win then. I hope. Yeah, the other app is not on my PC, so I could not stream that. Yeah, try not to give away pieces. Okay, so I'll play my knight because that's theory. Develop. No weird things. Only do boring things that do not give away any pawns or pieces. Oh, you don't develop the knight. More pawn moves. What about this knight here? It's not playing. It's not playing. It's not playing. I'm not really doing anything. But there's the knight. Okay. Hmm. Well, it looks like a free pawn. If it looks like a free pawn, it smells like a free pawn. And it moves like a free pawn. I have my bishops more or less aimed at your king. You should be scared. Could also have pushed this and then the knight moves and then push it again. I think I'm going to do that. You give away the knight. Gives away the knight. Okay. It is how it is. Do I take the rook? Take my beautiful bishop here. Take a rook. Yeah, why not? What was that? What did you just take? Oh. A pawn, yeah, I was thinking. I could take your rook and then I just have +4 points. You want another take back? How far do we want to go? It is your move. Yeah, thanks for the knight. I don't see the difference, except that it's even worse than it was. Because now I'm defending my bishop. Okay, I'll just take 4 points. And the queen. And the rook. It went pretty much downhill suddenly. Let's see what I want to do. I think I want to threaten mate. She makes a hole. Now I have to plug the hole. So I just start with taking this bishop. Hey, attacking my knight. The bishop goes there. Not sure what it is doing, but it went there. Oh, that didn't help. Well, thank you for the game. I'm going to stop the stream now. Because it's getting later and later and later and later. Yeah, thank you. You did play well until you suddenly started to give away everything. Like yeah, I should have developed this knight a little bit sooner. Too many pawn moves here. The second move is the knight. Well, that one is still here. But okay, kind of deliberately didn't do that much. Just moving a little bit. Preparing a king attack though. Let's So now everything is aimed there. I just have to clean up these pawns. And there was, yeah, you gave away a pawn here. It's attacked twice. You can just take it. So it was not a good move. Then you can still develop a rook. Put a rook here or something. This might be an open file. If you put the rook behind it, you can push the pawn. Because the tension here, if you take, it becomes a half open file for you. So the rook here is good. And the rook must be connected. So you still have to develop your queen. But if you could do the same thing as I did, put the rook here, put the bishop back, and then put the queen here. And then your bishop is here, queen there, attacking there. So if my knight goes away, if you could chase my knight away, it's kind of the same idea as what I was doing. So the rook came a bit too late. Yeah, this is a horrible move. Now you start to give away everything because it's, yeah, a little bit. A little bit was funny. But I'm trying to teach you chess, even though I always lose. You see, my last move is this. It's freeing my bishop towards your queen. So this pawn move here that attacks your queen. So if then you put the rook here, yeah, then I just have to push this pawn up and attack your rook and the queen at the same time. That's not good. But yeah, even one move back, I think I could here, instead of moving this pawn, I could have moved that pawn. And then if you move your knight, then I can give a fork. Fork on the bishop and the queen. Which I did first, no. And you just give away the knight. Why? If you move the knight, then I push it forward again and you lose the bishop. So I guess it doesn't really matter anymore. Attack on the queen and you take a pawn. And you give the queen. That everything was gone. And then I took a very long time to make you. Okay. Well, yeah, we need more practice. So about this woman that is calling me, she wants me to come to a birthday party of a boy who turns 19, but I don't feel invited, if you get what I mean. What should I do? Let's see if there's a new message here. No, nothing. She just keeps calling me. This is a social question, okay? This my autistic me. The kid is oh, I won't call it a kid. He's 19. Maybe some of my viewers are. So that boy is autistic as well, and I saw him before because apparently he's much like I was at that age, and maybe you could learn him something. And when I saw him, we went had a really good connection. But after that, yeah, I don't know, just evaporated very quickly. And now he turns 19, and his dad calls this a girlfriend that I know, invites her to the birthday party. Now you would say, what? Why doesn't he, have a birthday party with his own friends, of its own age, but he's autistic. He doesn't have any friends. He likes older people because it's easier to have a social interaction with people that are much older at that age if you're very autistic. So his dad is doing everything. He's too autistic to do anything. So his dad is organizing the party and then inviting friends, and he doesn't have much or at all friends of his own age. So we're just people that have been nice in the past, I guess. So he's inviting this girlfriend of me, and then she says, "Does this invitation also hold for Carlo?" So I wasn't invited. Dad invites her, and she says, "Does the invitation also hold for Carlo?" And then Dad says, "Yes, of course." But I don't feel invited. I don't know. He has my phone number. Dad has my phone number. He didn't call me. But yeah, on the other hand, I don't know. I don't know. It's super difficult. I mean, the problem is that because he's autistic, I have no idea what the real feelings are here, because he never we sent a few messages back and forth after he visited me, but then it went to a trickle and down and nothing. And now normally I would say, well, if someone doesn't want to communicate, then maybe they are not really interested. And then I'm like, well, okay, then not. But that's probably not the case here, because we had really good connection. Everything was just fine. He could. I did understand him very, very well, because I've been much like him, and it was good, And when he went away here, it was like he said he would like to come again and stuff like that. But then after that, nothing happens, which is probably more his and my autism than anything else. And this girlfriend is, she has always dragged me to things, She just keeps calling me now. Yeah, I already did not pick up the phone 3 times now, because I just know what she's going to say. She just wants me to come. She's going to force me to come. And that's a positive thing of her, that she, makes me do things that otherwise I wouldn't. But I don't know. I still feel uneasy about it. Yeah, he's not going to want to make a decision either, I think. If I text him and I say, "Would you like me to come to your birthday party as well?" Then he's gonna have the same problem as I have at the moment, I think, because we haven't spoken for almost a year. It's just no connection. And he will not say, "Oh yes, of course, yeah, fun." So no, never. He's not going to say that. I think it's indeed best to just go there and then have the confrontation. Just things happen. You should not ask someone with autism a question, an open question. Certainly not. In this case, it's a yes/no question. But much better to just let it happen. If you have an autistic kid, take them with you somewhere. Don't ask. Just say, we're going there and there, and I'm sure you will like it. And then they say no, and then yeah, you have to persuade them, I think. And then hope that they have fun. So next time it will be easier. If you never take them out unless they say yes, then yeah, then they get very even less world experience, as it were. Dude, I call you a dude. No, Boys Bunny. If I say that, he's gonna say no. Because if I say I don't want to go particularly, then he's definitely not going to say yes, but I would like you to come. No, definitely not. And I think it's not even about him anymore. But he's going to be the only kid. There will be other adults, hopefully interesting people that I can talk with. It's more, it's almost more about me. I think. Do I want to go out of my house again? And once I'm there, I'll probably have a very good conversation with the boy as well again, because why not? Last time we did. So it's going to be fun, I think. It's just a very, very large distance away. No, I don't know the parents. I don't know the parents. When he came visiting me, I think he lives 100 kilometers away. When he came visiting me, that was the very first time in his life that he went alone with a train over that distance, over a distance like that. That was a whole adventure in itself. And after that, he went to, another school. So he just got super busy with his life. All kinds of new things were happening. Before he was super autistic, and he had just come a little bit out of his safe place, as it were. Started doing things like traveling 100 kilometers to a stranger alone with the train. That was very brave, but that was very much new to him, doing stuff like that. Anyway, he lives in, yeah. No, I don't care if people see where I live. Google Maps. Oops, let's search for so they live in Enkhuizen. Is that here? Enkhuizen Strand, Enkhuizen, yeah. I have to zoom out even further. Right, so he lives here, and I live there. I bet that's. I think this is. That's 2.5 hours by train or something like that, and then back. I used to live here in Amsterdam. And the friend that I told about who lived on biking distance, so like I live here and she lived there. I went there like twice a week. But yeah, so this distance is doable for someone with an automobile, a car. I don't have that. And now I moved all the way there. So yeah, this distance is like I don't even visit her. I don't know, man. It's just, it is so huge distance. I don't like sitting in the train 6 hours that whole day. probably sitting longer in the train than being there. It's gonna just be a very long day. I don't know. Difficult. Yeah, 100 kilometers is nothing. Yeah, for USA people, I guess. But I think it's going to take a very long time by train. I think there's a train station in Enkhuizen. At least I could find how long it is from Eindhoven to there. Let me figure out how long it is to travel there. I'll probably go to 9292 reisinformatie. Okay, I'm gonna type in my address and everything. From there to let's see, a complete address here. And the date, the 19th. That's there. Time, no. Tick this, of course. €30 for a single, 60 euros just for the bloody travel thing. Holy moly. Plus I did something wrong because I get leaving at 10:40 in the evening. What? I don't get this. I want to just. Why is this not working? Apparently, it's not possible. I think. I asked to arrive at 11 in the morning, and it says that I will arrive at 2 a.m. What? Yeah. Okay, it's just simply not possible. The earliest I can arrive there is 11:36. And then I have to leave here at 8 o'clock, 8:18, and never get out of bed that early. Never. And I would probably have to take a shower as well. So yeah, I can be there maybe at 2. I could be there at 1:30, I think, in the afternoon. In all reason. Okay, I'll stop the stream. I'll call this girlfriend and then talk about it. She probably is gonna invite me over to her, and then I have to sleep the night there and then I can come with her car, and she can't drive, so that's like, if you never hear about me anymore, then you know what happened. Then I stepped in her car. Yeah. Bye bye. Life is difficult.